And welcome back everybody to another weekly edition of ESL Open Cup number 138 Asia. We are totally not late, we are totally not already in the semi-finals, and we are totally not the only English casters in the semi-finals.
It's okay. You totally didn't just wake up.
Welcome everyone, welcome. I'm of course your host, Light VIP, and with me is the one, the only, the magnanimous AsherBro. Welcome.
Hello. I thought you were going to say I was a Terran apologist, and I would have been okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a given nowadays, you know. Do I have to say that every time I introduce you? I don't know, but I guess no surprise here. We're here in the semi-finals, and mate, we got two Terran players.
You know, sometimes these very strong, talented players, they manage to do the impossible. They manage to make it into later stages of the bracket, which is normally territory for the Zergs. But speaking of talented players, we do have right here in the bottom left our Korean player playing for the Shopify Rebellion. It is the blue Terran, ByuN.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice, we have the Mexican Terran player representing Storm Gaming. He is the purple Terran. He is SpeCial.
Watch out, mate. I don't know if you want to play as purple. There's a purple people eater out there.
There is a purple people eat. I listened to that song and I was like, the hell am I listening to?
Look, music, I don't care what people say. Music has gotten a lot better. It might be awful now, but it could be worse. It could definitely be worse.
When you think of old music, you think of the purple people and you think we've come a long way. Oh my god. But yeah, just to quickly catch everyone up. So we are starting our broadcast, you know, a little bit late, an hour or so later, as we do see a little bit of skirmish here between our two Reapers. And surprisingly, despite being an hour or so late, we're already here in the first semifinals match. The tournament has been progressing very quickly here, and we have made it. If you want to tune into the upper bracket, ByuN and Steadfast are both casting. I think they may be casting together, I don't know. But they are the other English streams. They got you covered when it comes to covering Scarlet. I believe Scarlet is in the upper portion of the bracket. We are here in the lower portion.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit earlier. I think Scarlet actually streaming her run as well, so it's pretty nice. But we do have a little bit of a game shaping up here, and already SpeCial going for Magfield Cyclones and floating his racks away. So this could be a very aggressive play coming out, trying to see if he can snipe some tanks, snipe some CCs, anything like that with the floating racks for vision.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's something to bear in mind, is that SpeCial is a very unique Terran player. I don't know if I would put him on the level of like Gumiho when it comes to, like, you know, the weird stuff that he does. But yeah, SpeCial, like, he's known to mix some things up here. We do see the Magfield is going to finish up soon. TM, we do have the first Cyclone already across the map, and ByuN is in the dark for the most part. I don't think he was even, I'm not sure if he was even able to see the floating racks.
Yeah, SpeCial, bit of a disciple of the play of TY. I think he was a bit of a mentor of him for quite a while, so has quite an interesting approach to the matchups, especially to TvT. And we do see a little bit of a trade of lock-ons here. SpeCial going to just be hoping to trade the Cyclones, but doesn't manage to do that. So not a great start for him.
Yeah, exactly. Already losing one Cyclone just barely before Magfield Accelerators finishes. And I think that's already a massive boon to his build here. Like, I guess the idea is to eventually snowball with Cyclones, and losing one already is detrimental.
Yeah, the 3 Cyclones with the Magfield is a pretty key timing, so losing one already is quite punishing. But if he can catch this medevac, that'll be a nice way to get himself back into the game. But no, ByuN is too fast with the attention there.
Yeah, exactly. ByuN, he was able to spot those Cyclones boost away just in time. Not even a single lock-on manages to land there on that medevac. Meanwhile, SpeCial is still looking to find some damage. He does have high ground vision with that Rax. Now, ByuN is fully aware that this should be mech, and he has his own 2 Cyclones, but without Magfield. Oh my god.
Yeah, he does have them without Magfield, but he does manage to catch these Cyclones in between their lock-ons, and trading one Cyclone for one Cyclone, considering SpeCial's investment into that upgrade, is not bad for him at all. Baits out one of the lock-ons there as well, so the Cyclone will just have to back out for the meantime.
Yeah, I'm a little bit shocked, not gonna lie, that ByuN was able to trade as well as he was, and once again the Cyclone goes down. They just haven't been paying for themselves here for ByuN. At the same time, we do see, oh my god, the drop catches a Banshee.
Yeah, ByuN was being so patient with this drop. He decided once it was spotted not to send it out, but just to use it for a bit of map control. And he does manage to take out the Rax, manages to take out all of the Cyclones, even taking out that Banshee. And all this pressure coming out from SpeCial is being completely stifled by the micro and the positioning of ByuN.
I'm honestly a little bit shocked by what's been happening. Already another Cyclone goes down. The lock-on has been broken. You're looking at the units lost tab. We've already lost 4 Cyclones and a Banshee to basically 1 Cyclone of ByuN. Like, the way that ByuN has been able to trade has been absolutely insane. He's ready for this. He's already confirmed the build itself, so, you know, there's no more surprise factor. SpeCial's at least trying to wait here in the center of the map, trying to catch anything, so maybe he can trade a little bit more efficiently here. There's also a drop coming across the map at the same time.
Yeah, he will be able to trade out for that Cyclone quite efficiently, but ByuN finds himself in a really significant lead here, and he's just going to take map control at the front and see if he can poke in with the Marines at the top of the map. He's doing a really good job of utilizing his units and taking fantastic trades.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, especially he just didn't have enough units to defend his main and also the front line at the same time. He does finally get a lock on there onto that medevac, but look at how many SCVs have just gone down.
Yeah, 12 SCVs going down. That is absolutely devastating damage, and he uses all of SpeCial, that is, uses all of the energy on his Ravens as well, so his resources are running dry.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, ByuN has been very careful with his own Ravens. He opts to actually pivot around. I thought maybe he was going to try and disable this tank and force his way up, but GG gets called as both Ravens slip into the main base of SpeCial, and ByuN takes the first game.
Wow, yeah, masterful display from ByuN. Really fantastic micro, fantastic positioning. Did such a great job of understanding his position in the game.
Yeah, and that was pretty insane, not gonna lie. I'm like, now I understand why the tournament's been going so quickly, because like ByuN was just on fire there. Like it's one of these things where I would say confidently that, you know, both ByuN and SpeCial are both like GSL level players. But yeah, ByuN was in complete control that game.
Yeah, absolutely. Very impressive game coming out from him then. And we are going on to our next map, which is Cosmic Sapphire.
Oh, exactly. We are slipping into game number 2, and it seems as if the upper bracket has been wrapping up a little bit. Looks like Steadfast is going to be joining us as well. So now we have 2 English streams down here. BMF, I imagine, is going to be covering the upper semifinals. And I'm not entirely sure as to what that is, but that should be where the Zergs reside.
Yeah, it does look like Scarlet with would be the favorite towards that top end of the bracket. I believe Dark as well playing at the moment.
Oh yeah, and Gumiho.
Ooh, and Gumi, awesome. Yeah, these Korean weeklies have been quite exciting lately, and lots of top players that have been doing very well in them. But yeah, one player that we do see very often in these making deep runs and finding himself once again in a deep run and 1-0 up, it is the Korean Terran playing for Shopify Rebellion, ByuN.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the Mexican Terran player himself representing Storm Gaming. It is SpeCial. I thought maybe he was going to...
Yeah, so things starting calmly so far. Pretty standard build orders coming out from both players. We are going for a little bit of an early scout here, but nothing too crazy just yet. I'm definitely wondering what SpeCial's going to bring out this time. He does have some very interesting approaches to TvT, but as I say that, it does look like this SCV is going on a little bit of a weird path. Maybe ByuN worried about some proxy factories or starports or things like that, or maybe looking to proxy something of his own.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him, right? I do think that, you know, ByuN has a very nice lead in this series. I think especially because of how game 1 turned out, he's anticipating some kind of cheese from SpeCial. As we can see, SpeCial, everything is back at home. You know, there is no hyper aggression coming out from him. So yeah, ByuN just playing it safe, making sure he doesn't get cheese out of this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. Knowing the kind of player that he's up against, just making sure to be extra safe. I do think ByuN probably has played against SpeCial quite a lot, so he knows what kind of player he is, and yeah, with that lead, definitely wanting to just be safe. It's not always necessary to scout all the way into the base of your opponent in TvT, you just need to know if anything's nearby. We do see ByuN is going for a little bit more of an aggressive opening here, going straight into the reactor. This is usually going to lead into 5 Reapers and 3 Hellions, a very aggressive frontal push.
Yeah, we should be seeing that add-on swap here from ByuN. Meanwhile, SpeCial's coming across the map with his Reaper. We'll see if he's going to be able to get a scout of that add-on, and that will be a bit of a tell as to what is happening. Instead, he's going to be here at the natural, and we're going to try and slow things down, but he does get zoned away by the Reaper of ByuN.
Yeah, just running in, checking, making sure that CC is going down, seeing if he can get the first shot on the Reaper as well, but won't be looking to get anything too crazy going on here.
Yeah, exactly, and this is a little bit scary because SpeCial is in the dark now. He's still not entirely sure as to what ByuN's plans are this game. As you know, back at home, he's still pumping out his own Hellions, his own Reapers, and ByuN is just going to be amassing that much more.
Yeah, quite interestingly, SpeCial in this game so far going for a very standard build. This was kind of the gold standard of TvT for such a long time. We should be seeing a reactor going down on that Rax about now. There it is. So it'll just be 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions, and I do believe that the build that ByuN's going for matches up quite well against this, but it does look like he's not committing fully to the 5 Reapers.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like we have switched into marine production instead. So there was an opportunity here for ByuN to maybe be able to overwhelm what SpeCial had. Instead, plays it a little bit safer, is transitioning sooner, rocks up, and we have the same amount of units. But the target fire is that much better here from ByuN.
Yeah, just getting the jump on SpeCial there does manage to target fire down 2 of those Reapers, and the Reapers do represent most of the DPS of this army, so this is quite a lead for ByuN in this little skirmish, and he will be able to get some SCVs as a result.
Oh, exactly, and in the end, he trades out 2 Reapers and a Hellion for the majority of SpeCial's army, even gets a couple of SCVs for his troubles as well, so yeah, ByuN with just pure micro, he ends up trading out a little bit better.
Yeah, fantastic micro from ByuN, and because of that reactor first opening as well, he will be a little bit ahead on the marine count, but we do see him transitioning into something a little bit more aggressive. This is quite a stylistic move from ByuN, going for early high marine count, and I do believe he'll be going into fast medevacs as well, so a bit of a 2-on-1. Not something that you see all the time in TvT.
Exactly. I'm gonna be honest. I think we've seen this a little bit more frequently. I don't know if this happened maybe in GSL recently or something, but 2-on-1 in TvT has been a little bit more prevalent. I feel this past couple of days, casting some of these tournaments. I don't know what's been going on, but yeah, it's interesting that this is even making the rounds here, as we do have that add-on switch and there are medevacs coming out.
Yeah, this is something that tends to come and go from the meta. I know Q was doing it for a little while, and I do think that some of these maps favor it quite a lot. There's some players doing things like, you can do an in-base 2-Rex Reaper into a 2-on-1, which works quite well. But this is also something that's quite stylistic to ByuN. He really likes playing medevac styles in TvT. He's one of the only players of his caliber that likes to do that. So this is just a nice way to go into that style as well.
Definitely. I mean, he's known for his micro, you know. Everyone knows that it's for a reason, I should say. And here we go, the medevacs are now moving out. Meanwhile, it looks like SpeCial is taking control of the northern Zonaga, so ByuN has to be a little bit careful. He does end up losing his Hellion there, and SpeCial is about to rock up here to try and force a bit of a denial at that CC.
Yeah, this third here should be cancelled. A little bit greedy getting that on location, but SpeCial does recognize as well that there are units missing. There isn't much that came to defend that, and that is quite suspicious. He will throw down the auto turrets to try to snipe the stim, but ByuN's too fast with the repair.
Yeah, the repairs aren't good enough. The auto turrets don't do much of anything. They only get 3 SCVs, and now the job is going straight into the main base of SpeCial. He was able to get a scout up, and there is 1 tank, but only a single tank, and mate, it's looking a little bit exposed.
Yeah, this is absolutely worst case scenario for SpeCial. The turrets would be really helpful for defending this kind of push. There's some defenses you can go into with 3 Ravens and just defend this with turrets, but he was caught out on the map, so he doesn't have what he should normally have here.
Oh yeah, exactly, but thankfully for SpeCial, he does bring his reinforcements over. He barely has enough to hold off. He only loses a depot and a handful of units, but here comes the rest of ByuN's army, making sure to give SpeCial the hardest time trying to take a third base, trying to expand as ByuN takes his own behind this.
Yeah, ByuN actually does get to finish his third on location, so he's significantly ahead in the progress of his bases in that way. The orbital did finish for SpeCial, so it does look like he got his base slightly earlier because he had the more standard 1-1-1 opening. But he's definitely on the back foot now, and it's going to be so difficult for him to establish this base.
Yeah, especially because the Ravens have been forced to utilize their auto targets already. Like, they don't have that much energy banked up. He scans, he misses the army of ByuN, which is a little bit scary. And oh god, the tanks! They're rolling in!
Yeah, that scan a little bit of a false positive. Actually, one of the worst things that could happen for SpeCial there, and both tanks going down instantly, even snapping down the Cyclones in the face of these turrets, and all these turrets being spent. SpeCial is really running out of resources now, and he has to pull the boys.
Yeah, he's got to pull the boys if he wants to hold on to his third base. Again, as you were saying, there's no energy for any more auto targets who do have a bit of a lock on. The Ravens do barely survive. The boys are doing their job at zoning away the army, but again, he's losing workers that he can't afford.
Yeah, ByuN's army control is just brilliant. Picks off everything that he can without any losses, and he's just going to pick up and go straight into the main. He's pulling SpeCial apart with this double drop.
Yeah, exactly. The drop goes into the main base. It looks like the Vikings are going to be able to take down those medevacs for the time being, but the Marines, they just go straight into the middle line. At the same time, the reinforcements are forcing a pickup here of this CC, and the Marines, they just have to focus on that one tank instead. They go for the workers, they go for broken, they get so many workers.
Yeah, these tanks just picking off so many of those workers. 34 going down, and SpeCial decides that's too much and taps out. GG.
GG, well played. ByuN with the 2-1-1 in TvT, completely pulling SpeCial apart. I mean, SpeCial, like, he was kind of making moves of his own, and there are worlds where maybe they could have worked. Like, imagine a world where the auto targets did kill the tech lab and he cancels them, right? Like, suddenly, you know, he just neuters this push. But ByuN saw that coming. He was so quick with his repairs. Like, he was just so solid.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a gamble from SpeCial to go for that on the stim, but if he had taken it out, that would have been huge. Would have completely dampened all the efforts of ByuN. So I can see why he went for it. But yeah, ByuN just too strong for SpeCial in this series.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit too strong. GG, well played. ByuN will move on to the grand finals of ESL Open Cup Asia. And we'll see who is going to face him. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. Shout out to Kamikaze in the chat as he has updated us that Gumiho did indeed 2-1 Dark.
Wow, very nice result coming out there from Gumiho. And yeah, Gumiho has been on a tear lately. He's been playing so well. We were just casting him the other day, and he's had some very, very creative builds, and I could definitely see him taking out any of the top players in his current form.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's a terrifying player right now. Definitely, I would say one of the best Terrans in all of South Korea, in the world. Very unique in his own right as well. And he already has some time to repair because he's up against a Zerg player. ZVZ is currently underway on ByuN's channel, Scarlet versus Solar.